If you're thinking about moving to Massachusetts, and you might want to think again, because I'm going to share with you some of the pros and cons about living here in Massachusetts, and some of these cons might even change your mind about moving to Massachusetts. So definitely stick to the end of this video so you don't make a mistake moving here to Massachusetts. Pro number one, education system in schools. So here in Massachusetts, we have some of the best schools here in Massachusetts and universities, especially here in the Boston area and in the Cambridge area. All the schools are rated really high, A+ schools there, according to niche.com. And also the people that reach out to me that are moving to Massachusetts, a lot of the time is because of the schools and the universities. So without a doubt, Massachusetts has one of the best schools here in the country here, and the university here. So that's a big pro here in Massachusetts. Now, con number one, harsh winters. So this one, without a doubt, Massachusetts, the winter can be really bad, and it gets really cold, especially here on the western side of Massachusetts here. So if you're not used to the winter, so make sure you prepare for the winter when you move here to Massachusetts, because it does get really cold here. And this one is one of the things that I hate about Massachusetts. I can't really do winter. You know, I came from a tropical island. When I came here, I had to adapt with the winter, but it does get really cold. I mean, I wish it didn't get cold like this, but it does get very cold here in Massachusetts, so make sure you are prepared for that. Another thing here about the winter here in Massachusetts, also you get like a very dry skin. I mean, I hate this a lot because I get it almost every winter time. My skin, it gets so itchy. I mean, there's some lotions that you can buy to kind of help you, but it does get really very dry here. And the other thing too, we have some long winters, so it gets really depressing, and it gets dark very quick during the winter time. So like 4 o'clock, by 5 p.m. it's already really dark, so that can be very depressing. And you know, it's something that you need to know here about Massachusetts. The winter is just terrible, and the snowstorms that we get here too, it sucks. So if you don't like to deal with the winter, you're probably not gonna like Massachusetts. All right, so pro number two is beauty nature. So here in Massachusetts, there's actually a lot of green space here. There's a lot of trees. You get plenty of land, especially like in the places like the Cape Cod area. Every springtime, you know, it gets really green. Actually, I like Cape Cod. I used to work there actually, and there's a lot of landscaping, a lot of the green areas here in Massachusetts. You can find some homes that are like you can get homes with a big land and a green space. Like that about Massachusetts. You know, I moved here to Massachusetts in 2008 and been here since then, and I enjoy Massachusetts a lot. I enjoy Massachusetts a lot besides the winter, but everything else I really enjoy here in Massachusetts. So if you're someone that really likes to have a big lot with the green space, green field, then you will enjoy Massachusetts, because a lot of the homes here sometimes are far away from other homes. You can get a home sitting on like 1.8 lot or more here in Massachusetts. So Massachusetts has a plenty of green space here to offer. By the way, my name is Roberto, local real estate agent here, and if you're thinking about relocating to Massachusetts, feel free to reach out to me. You can send me a text, call, email. You can also book a Zoom call with me where we can meet face to face. All right, con number two is cost of living. So this one, you're probably not surprised by this, but Massachusetts, it is very expensive to live here in Massachusetts. It's not the most expensive state, but it's up there with the other states, and it's only getting worse. And I received my gas bill in the mail a couple of days ago, and I was actually shocked and upset at the same time how crazy the utilities has changed here. You know, I was paying one amount, and when I got my bill, it was like $200 something more. So it's like, you know, the bills they keep getting crazy and crazy here in Massachusetts. So that's something you need to consider. I mean, I don't know where you're moving from, but if you're moving here to Massachusetts, just make sure that it's gonna cost you a lot to live here in Massachusetts. And here, you know, especially if you're living in the Boston area, like the Cambridge area here, you know, it's going to be very expensive to live in those areas. The groceries are more expensive here. Homes are more expensive, property taxes, everything is expensive here in Massachusetts. And the home prices here, especially like I said in the Boston area, expect to pay $1 million plus. I mean, there's some more affordable places here in Massachusetts, but you know, if it's cheap over there, it's cheap for a reason. Might not have a good schools, might not be like a good neighborhood, but if you want to be in a very good neighborhood here in Massachusetts, it is not going to be cheap here in Massachusetts. And in fact, I did some research. A lot of the people are moving from Massachusetts because of the high cost of living here in Massachusetts. There's some more affordable states where you can get, you know, a good house and for less money that you can pay here in Massachusetts. So that's something you should consider before you make a move to Massachusetts. Make sure you are okay with the high cost of living here in Massachusetts. And I think the average, I think to live comfortable here in Massachusetts, you gotta make at least, I would say at least 140,000 in order to live a very comfortable life here in Massachusetts. All right, another pro here about living in Massachusetts is the healthcare. So here in Massachusetts, the healthcare is really top-notch healthcare here in Massachusetts, especially like in the Boston area here, and you get a lot of benefits here too. We have some of the best hospitals here around. So the healthcare is I think compared to some other states, the healthcare is really great here. And not only that, they offer a very good health insurance here in Massachusetts, plenty of benefits here. So in my opinion, I think Massachusetts does, I think Massachusetts has one of the best hospitals and healthcare systems here in the country. And also you can check here in the Boston area, they have some great children's hospital there in the Boston area. I mean, that's where I take my kids sometimes. And I had a surgery done in the Boston area, and it was great. The doctor that I had, it was really good doctor. So you're gonna find a lot of the great doctors here in Massachusetts and the Boston area here. All right, so another con here in Massachusetts, traffic. So the traffic can be really terrible here in Massachusetts, especially here in the western side of Massachusetts, around the Boston area. The traffic sucks. You're gonna find yourself sitting in the traffic for hours. When I go to Boston, every time I get stuck in the traffic. There's no way that you're not going to be in the traffic, especially if you go in the morning, late afternoons, you're going to be stuck in the traffic. And not only that, sometimes it's very hard to find a parking spot here in Massachusetts. So the driving here, the traffic sucks. I would say probably New York too has a crazy traffic. I don't know if New York or Boston or Florida, which one has more traffic. But I mean, it's not every area here in Massachusetts. There's some other areas that the traffic is not too bad, but there's some parts that the traffic is just terrible. So the traffic can be really frustrating. So, but if you're coming from a place that you are okay with the traffic, like you already dealt with the traffic before, then you'll be okay. But if you're coming from a place where you don't deal with the traffic that much, here in Massachusetts, you're going to be stuck in the traffic a lot, especially if you're going to be in the Boston area. So another pro here on my list here is sports. So here in Massachusetts is the home for sports. So whether you like basketball, you like American football, soccer, baseball, here in Massachusetts, I love how they the sports here is huge. I mean, I'm a big soccer fan. Whether you sometimes when I want to catch a soccer game, so sometimes I drive to the Gillette Stadium to watch a soccer game there. And during the football season, you can go there, watch a football season. You can go to Boston right there to watch a basketball game. So whatever you like here, they have here in Massachusetts. And especially here in Massachusetts, there's a lot of people from other countries here, especially like the Brazilian. There's a lot of Portuguese people here. So soccer is pretty big here in Massachusetts. And I have my son, he plays, I got him in a program here, which is really nice. So whether you have kids that are into sports, there's definitely plenty of programs here that they offer here. So I really enjoyed that about Massachusetts here. Yeah, I mean, I've been to some other places. I've been to some other states like Texas, but I don't really like over there. So I really enjoy here in Massachusetts. Like I said, just the winter that I don't like, but other things I enjoy here in Massachusetts. I've been living here for close to 18 years now, and I really enjoy. My next con here on my list is high taxes. You probably already know this, but Massachusetts has a high state income tax, and also you get like excise tax, pretty high. So compared to some other states, Massachusetts does have really high tax here. There's some other states that you don't have like income tax, you don't have state tax, but here in Massachusetts, I mean, you pay tax on everything. Everything you pay tax here, and so that can be some of that can take a lot of chunk of your paycheck here. I mean, just the tax is just pretty crazy here in Massachusetts, so make sure you are ready for that if you are going to make a move here to Massachusetts. All right, so the next pro here is restaurants. So Massachusetts has some of the great cities here with some of the best restaurants here, you know, in the country. So there's a plenty of seafood restaurants, especially like in the Boston area, the Cape Cod area, one of my favorite places here in Massachusetts. Cape Cod has some beautiful beaches there, beautiful restaurants there, especially if you like seafood. So for me, like, I really enjoy eating seafood. So here in Massachusetts, there's plenty of restaurants that you can go and eat seafood, and you know, they have all different type of food here. So whether you're a foodie person, you'll definitely enjoy Massachusetts here. Here in New Bedford too, there's plenty of great restaurants here, great seafood here. So you know, like I said, if you're a foodie person, you will definitely enjoy Massachusetts here. All right, so another con here is cost of housing. So you know, how some houses here in Massachusetts can be very expensive, depend where you want to live. So if you look in the kind of Cambridge area, Boston area, the homes there are very expensive, and you know, sometimes it can become very unaffordable for a lot of people. So some of the homes can cost $1 million plus. I mean, there's some other areas that you can buy like a cheaper home, maybe like in the Springfield area or like Fall River area, even New Bedford area, that you can get some homes for under like, you know, $400,000. But you know, obviously those areas, they're cheaper for a reason. But if you want to stay like in a very safe area with like some of the best schools, like the Cambridge area, you know, the homes there can be very expensive. You can expect to pay like $1 million plus, especially in today's market. So therefore that will make unaffordable for a lot of people. But there's some, like in some other states where the homes are you can get, let's say, something for $400,000. You can get a decent like 2,000 plus square footage home, while here in Massachusetts you're gonna pay like $1 million plus for a home like that if you want to be like in a good area. Another pro here is employment opportunities. So Massachusetts has a strong economy here, and actually Massachusetts offers a lot of employment opportunities here, especially here in the Boston area. There's always like people doing construction work and doing landscaping, and in the paying, it's not bad here in Massachusetts. So compared to some other states, it is expensive to live here in Massachusetts, but the paying here is pretty well. You know, a lot of people make 100,000 plus. There's some make 200,000 plus. So, and there's always work here in Massachusetts. I mean, depends where in Massachusetts, but most of the time you're gonna find a job here in Massachusetts. And I think the minimum wage as of the time of this video, I think it's close to $15 an hour here in Massachusetts, where when in some other states are less. So that's, for me, it's you know, I give that a pro here in Massachusetts. Let me see, I don't think I have any cons that I can think of right now, or any more pros. This is just to kind of give you an idea and what to expect when moving to Massachusetts. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any question, reach out to me anytime. Until then, I'll see you on the next video.